Alright, Shalom, Yashala. This is your brother Abad from GMS Yahweh Abad from GMS St. Petersburg, Florida. I'm coming in the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Call her lawyer like Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai by Hashem Chakadash Yad. Double honors to my elder apostles. Sacred salutation to all you sincere Akim that are doing this out of fear, because you want to have the mercy and you want to have the salvation of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. And also peace and blessings to the sincere men, women, and children that consist of the 1/3. Now again, to the point, as you can see from the title of this video, it says farmers don't want this $12 billion bailout. They want long-term solutions. All right. Now with that being said, so I can bear with me real quick. Make sure I got this type. Okay. Now with that being said, that goes to show you that they know how money operates. Because you can give us this $12 billion bailout, but then you also have a dude that's saying that in North Dakota they're gonna be losing over $500 million. How many states are there that actually has farming? You know, like a majority of the milk and cheese come from Cali, but they say they're losing $500 million in North Dakota. All right, and it says it in this video, but I'm gonna go ahead and play it. But you know, just hear me out real quick so you can understand. So when you get to that point in the video, it's like, man, that's heavy. That's why they don't want a $12 billion bailout. They want a long-term situation. But the Most High, how about Shema Shai, is making all this happen to them because it goes back to the curses and the prophecies, man. All right. Salakia. Esau.
Details. There's a lot of people that have been hurt, so that's a lot of money that's going to have to be shared.
Simon, do you feel like the sentiment towards the president amongst people like yourself is changing tone, and what does this particular offer do to change that tone back the other way?
Well, you know, for us, you know, we're concerned about our farmers. You know, the farmers here in the state, they spend a lot of time. Looks like it's going to be a great year. So for us, you know, it's kind of frustrating that there's a lot of this rhetoric that's being thrown around and a lot of these issues that are really, truly impacting the farm side. So for us, you know, our role and my role here for representing the state.
Salakia, as you see right there, it says purchase. All right, USDA's temporary farm relief. $12 billion total funding, details being worked out. Direct payments to the farmers. Purchases of surplus crops. Surplus crops mean that crops that were not sold, so then the U.S. basically buy it all out with a decent price, enough for them to just make it barely. Not to really gain a profit, so the farmers won't gain a profit too much, but at the same time they will buy it out so that it won't just sit there and rot. That's what the surplus crops is, the purchase of. Disbursements will happen by Labor Day. Disbursements, that basically means in the Bible dictionary, not the Bible dictionary, I'm sorry. So like in the business dictionary, surplus crops will basically mean that disbursements basically means that the money that's being distributed, the money that's been given out is government funded. That's exactly what it means. So this is money from their own government. So basically, you're not making the profit that you want to make because you're putting tariffs on other countries. But now that you put tariffs on them, multiple countries have put counter tariffs on you. So now you want to give us $12 billion in aid? We don't want that, because guess what? Next season gonna be worse. We want a permanent solution
On these issues is really to make sure that we're moving things forward and trying to get through to the other side of it. And if it's making some action, that's powerful for us, and it's powerful for our farmers.
So talk a little bit about what your farmers are seeing in terms of losses. We mentioned soybeans. There are also pork producers out there and others. How is this being spread, the pain?
And don't quote me on this, but I believe that China buys a vast majority of United States soybeans. Okay.
It's a lot, you know. From the soybean side, you know, we were with a farmer last week, you know, and he's talking a couple of dollars a bushel, and you know, he's growing 3,000 acres at 50 bushels an acre. You can do the math at how much it's
He said a couple of dollars a bushels. Matter of fact,
impacting his bottom line. He's talking a couple of dollars a bushel, and you know, he's growing 3,000 acres at 50 bushels an acre.
3,000 acres at 50 bushels an acre. So if you multiply 3,000 times 50. 3 times 5. That'll be 15. 3,000. 3 zeros. 50. 4. They be like 50. Maybe like 15. 15. Would it be 15? 115,000. No, 150,000. Salakia. 100. It'd be 150,000. All right. So if you're gonna have 3,000 acres or 50 bushels, you're getting a couple dollars on every bushel. A bushel is a big bunch. Understand? Like if your grandmother used to go to the store, it might be more though. I mean, don't quote me on this now. You know, I'm not a florist. If you go to the store, you know your grandma tell you to get you basically a bunch of greens. I believe that's a bushel. Matter of fact, through the spirit. Let me go and look this out. I want to be made out of liar through the spirit. I don't want to be made out of liar. Let's see what a bushel is real quick. Just through the spirit. Cause we talking about a lot of money. They want to give them $12 billion, right? For aid for all of them, but one state saying they're losing $500 million on that, and it's 50 states in America. Come on, man, do the math. Bush said measure of capacity to 64 U.S. pints, equivalent to 35.2 liters, used for dry foods. Oh man. Okay. So hey, matter of fact, you go ahead and do the math yourself there. I'm just going with the spirit right now. But I took it to the point. You got the numbers. You can do the equation yourself. Use a little algebra.
You can do the math at how much it's impacting his bottom line. But you named it. You go through to the pork side. We have dairy here in North Dakota. We have peas and lentils that aren't truly impacted in China, but are impacted by other tariffs that are being put on by other countries. So we're hitting it a lot.
Exactly, because Canada had put a counter tariff on America as well. Matter of fact, through the spirit, allow me to go ahead and hey, America's going down, man. All that vocab Malone's talking about, all right. All that ITR is talking about with the bad Samaritans, all of that they talking is just, it's rhetoric, man. Hey, if it's not thus saith the Lord, it's been one. This is Habakkuk chapter 2 verse 10. Thou hast consulted shame to thy house by cutting off many people, and hast sinned against thy soul. So that goes to console the iniquity, the wickedness that Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, has put upon you Israelites, you so-called Latino, Native Americans, and Negroes as well. All this wickedness, all this America falling, breaking down, having wars and all that, it goes back to the spirit of the Bible. It goes back to the spirit of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. Matter of fact, let me go right here. This is Proverbs chapter 21 verse 1. The king's heart, your heart is your mind, La'ab. The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord, hand of Yahweh. As the rivers of water, he turneth it whatsoever he will. So he controls what goes into your mind and then what, and what doesn't. Because Paul said, I have planted and Apollos has watered, but it's the Most High that give the increase. All right. So I can plant a seed, but if he don't give you the knowledge, then it mean that, he not dealing with you. You just bugged out. So the king will be, another word for king will be president or emperor, like President DJ Trump. And then you have like Vladimir Putin. You have Kim Jong-un. You have the ruler of China. You also have what's his name? Assad. Salakia. Assad from Syria. So you have many kings that run this earth, but the Most High is controlling all their thoughts and all the moves that are happening. I don't mean to make this too long, but I'm going to go ahead and play the rest of this video.
And this is, for us, probably at least $500 million shock to our state and to our farm economy. And you look at that, that ripples all the way through to the community side too.
So I just want to go back to something you said earlier. I think you said that it's shaping up to be a great year. Are the tariffs stopping that from happening already, or are you fearful that it can do in the future? So far, are things still looking pretty good this year?
Well, the thing from a farmer's side, they spend a lot of time, they put a lot of risk and a lot of money into the fields. The crop reports for all of our crops here in North Dakota are some of the best we've seen in probably decades. here just across the board. So for them, this is a year that normally they bank and they'd really look forward to having a good year from this side. The tariffs, it's taken all of that positive news for them and really made it a negative. And you know, the farmers, our producers, they don't want bailouts. They don't want this help in the short term. They want long-term stability.
Of course you want long-term stability, but this is the work of Yahweh by Shem Yahushai. Bear with me. I'm going to get Jeremiah chapter 51 verse 9. Right. Jeremiah 51 and 9. I'm gonna start at 7. Babylon has been a golden cup in the Lord's hand, Yahweh's hand, that made all the earth drunken. Because now all these nations over the earth, they have taken to the democracy of America, and now they're drunken with the madness of America. Now they're following the philosophies of America, and America's starting to bully them now, and they don't like it. The nations have drunk enough of wine, therefore the nations are mad, so now they're mad. You want to put tariffs on us? You want to put sanctions on us? We're going to put tariffs on you. Matter of fact, we're going to drop the dollar. Matter of fact, we're going to get rid of all our U.S. Treasury bonds. Exactly. Verse 8. Babylon, which is America, Babal means confusion. Allah means land. This is a land of confusion. It's the only land with the most highly populated mixed culture on the earth. At least 20 people at home don't even speak English, if I'm not mistaken. 25 people, or 22%. 22%. I said 25 people. Salakia. 22% of the United States population do not speak English at home. Almost a quarter. This is Babylon. Just like in Nimrod in the beginning, man. This is Babylon all over again. Everybody speak different languages. Did not the Most High confuse the languages of everybody? Use different dialects? America gonna be destroyed by thermonuclear warheads. Jeremiah 51 and 8. Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. How for her? Take balm for her pain, if so be she may be healed. You cannot heal America. America is done for. All your international relations have been crumbling, disintegrating. Jeremiah 51 and 9. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her, and let us go everyone into his own country. For her judgment reacheth unto heaven, and is lifted even to the skies. Now I'm going to bring out a precept real quick. Bear with me. Salaki, I'm going to go back. I ain't going to do that. And her sins have reached unto the skies. I'm going to Amos, the 9th chapter. Verse 8. Behold, the eyes of the Lord God are upon the sinful kingdom. This is America, man. You have drag queens reading books to children about transgenderism, man. They over there fighting a war, killing hundreds of millions of people in the Middle East. But here it is. You have politicians that knew about the disease, the filthy water in Detroit, Michigan. All right. And they let it happen for 3 or 4 years. We don't care what water they drink. This is a sinful kingdom. You get the Most High destroy Sodom and Gomorrah and the neighboring 5 cities. You won't give homosexuals and lesbians rights, but then you Christians so quick to say, forgive your enemy, love thy enemy. No, the Most High said He gonna destroy our enemies, man. Anything contrary to the Scripture is wicked. A man's supposed to be with a woman. That's why He created Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve, man. Behold, the eyes of the Lord God upon the sinful kingdom. This land was inhabited by the so-called Native Americans and Latino tribes as well, going on to Mexico, Central America, South America, and then you have some Spanish-speaking tribes down there in the Caribbean, like Dominican Republic and Puerto Rico and Cuba. Okay. But what you did, you subjugated them people with the conquistadors, the Puritans, and then with Cristobal Colon, who the world who the world calls Christopher Columbus. Understand that, okay? Amos 9 and 8. Behold, the eyes of the Lord God are upon the sinful kingdom, and I will destroy it from off the face of the earth. That's thermonuclear warheads, saving that I will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob, saith the Lord, Yahweh. Which is why me and the brother Kwam from Kwam Yasha Allah over here in GMS St. Petersburg, Florida, we did a video about the Bible's only for the elect, man. because that's who the Most High is going to save out of the house of Jacob. He said, I will not utterly destroy. That's 144,000 and the 1/3 right there, man. Okay, verse 9, for lo, I will command and I will sift the house of Israel among all nations, like as corn is sifted in a sieve, yet shall not the least grain fall upon the earth. All the sinners of my people, and the least grain that shall not fall upon the earth will be the elect. All the sinners of my people shall die by the sword, which say the evil shall not overtake nor prevent us. Now think about this. That which is left on the ground is going to be burnt up in the lake of fire, the dross. But that which is left in the sieve is going to be up in them chariots, the 144,000 and 1/3. Call Allah how about Shem Yahshua Hashem Chakadastam Yad. Back to the video.
We understand some of these big issues that we have to address as a country to protect everyone, but there's a lot of pain that's going to be felt here if we don't get hit.
Based on your people and your group, Donald Trump won North Dakota by 63% of the vote. Do you expect any change and it to hurt the Republicans in the midterm elections?
Well, a lot of things, for us, we're trying to be, we're not political, but at the end of the day, it's really going to mean, what happens in the pocketbooks. And that's what people really say, are we in the right direction? Is this helping us? For me, and for us, it's going to be a long-term issue, and short-term, we see there could be some challenges that way.